Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, August 11th. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and NQ. So the market did today basically continuing doing what it did last week after Monday, right? After Monday's big push up in ES and an NQ, Tuesday went up, came down, ended up with a B shape. Wednesday went up. Wednesday they held. For the most part, they went out with a probe to the upside. Thursday opened up and then came in. Friday opened up and then late in the day with long liquidation. Today opened higher, went higher, and end up pushing lower. The difference today that we did not see last week, and we'll see if that's going to be a nuance to keep an eye on tomorrow, is we went out with a price probe. So K's low is going to be very important tomorrow morning at 9:30. Not tonight, not at 8:30 with CPI, but at 9:30, right? We had a chance to get 9 wide easily today. We never did. 8 wide in ES and NQ. Righty ends 10 wide. Afternoon rally high in F. They got both overnights. They had an inside day up, which absolutely got rejected. You can basically treat this as a double inside day. And they're in balance here now for 5 days. ES goes out with a price probe and just an 8 wide POC. They hadn't, I'm leaving this in here for the week, inside week up. Yes, they did take out last week's high and you got paid in it in F period. But that's it. After F, that was it. They're still in balance on the weekly. NQ, however, not only came out of an inside week up, it made it an all-time high today. So NQ, triple Qs, NDX, and the composite, NASDAQ composite, all hit all-time highs. NQ's up on all 3 time frames. They still have an overnight all-time high from July, which I thought they had a decent chance to get today, but they did not, obviously. So again, people are going to keep riding off the bulls every time they see these type of things happen. But keep in mind, the all-time high is still in the overnight in NQ, still in the overnight in ES. Now, that doesn't mean we can't come in prior to getting them, but I don't think those will hold long term. But for the short term, right, we'll see how this price probe plays out. Now, I had a good day today, and it was off on the long side except for A, believe it or not. Our checklist sheet, which was a blowout last week, ended up tied 4-4 in ES today, and the Bears won 5-3 in NQ. But I did think we had, now NQ ended up lower in POC later in I period, or later in the day, but at one point they had raised it. They had value, they had the IB high, the overnight high. Now they did end up taking out the overnight low and the IB low. I'm not surprised they finally got it. I'm just a little surprised with the magnitude of the price probe in M. I didn't think they would get that aggressive below K's low in ES or in NQ. I broke even on shorts in A period in NQ, but I got my staple high. I got A's high in B in NQ. Everything was NQ. I got the balance high on a long. I was long ebb and flow trades in B period. C period, when we filled the trend day, got long, made money on that. D period, long to 144. F period, made on the IB high, the overnight high, and ebb and flow. So longs paid. Okay? Now things definitely changed. G period on. But I still did okay. I made money against a single print fill, and I thought a potential afternoon pullback low in G and NQ. Didn't get hurt. I made money on pullbacks in H and in I. I took a long against Friday's POC in J period and made money when we made the new low to take out the IB low. I made money on a long against the afternoon pullback low when K got it from Friday. So, and then what else did I do? I actually took a small long in M when they first probed, and I made 5 points off of it because I didn't think they'd get a big probe. I did not try it again, fortunately, as you saw what happened. So the MGI was mixed. I really thought we had decent odds to go back to the point of control. Now that started going out the window and early in M. I thought we might stop one-time framing. In K never happened. In L never happened. M, I really didn't think so. So believe it or not, the proper play was a beautiful short K against J in both ES and NQ, and he got paid nice. However, because of the mixed MGI, I told you what I did, and I was comfortable with what I did. I ended up having a good day overall. Now, let's go to the charts. So, inside week up, first time for the first day today in ES. It paid somewhat, but only for a time frame or so. And Q, on the other hand, paid much better throughout the day until obviously we came down those last 4 or 5 time frames. They are up on all 3 time frames as far as I'm concerned in NQ. ES is still balanced to me on the weekly. Okay? We didn't get the all-time high. We said we can come out of an inside week and not get the balance high or low. Well, that's a perfect case in ES today. Now the daily, as ugly a finish as it is up. Look, we were talking in the room. We could wipe out these last 6 days' lows in a heartbeat. But until they do the mark, until they at least take out today's low tomorrow, if it is tomorrow, the daily is up. The monthly is up. Now the weekly is balanced. What you do have to definitely keep an eye on is if the market decided to roll for both ES and NQ, we took out last week's highs, inside weeks up. So you'd have to be careful if the market did decide to reverse and go take out or challenge last week's lows. But that, again, it's out of the picture for now. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just a lot, I see so much on social media about how this market is disgusting going up. I don't care what you want to call it. It's still going up. Remember on Friday we said an M period? Take it with a grain of salt. Now today, again, is different. Okay? Because we did probe. So we're going to see if they get a follow-through on that probe. If you do, you should stop the one-time framing in the daily and keep ES's weekly balance for now. I hope you had a good day trading. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we will speak prior to the opening tomorrow.